Hi there. Hi, it's nice to speak with you all. I'll just share my screen so that I can share the programme that we'll be looking at today. I'm from the School of Journalism in Nice in the south of France. And at the School of Journalism, we just provide journalism programmes. The programme we'll be looking at is a master programme. So it's for students that have already completed a bachelor degree. And it is a master in international new media journalism. Whatever bachelor degree you've completed before, it doesn't matter. You can come into this master without any journalistic experience. It's a master degree that teaches students to become a journalist within 2 years. Obviously, at the school, we're based in France, but this programme is in English. However, the other bachelor programmes at the school are in French. For this programme, you don't need to speak French. However, we recommend that you start learning French before you come to obviously move to France and start the programme. The programme is taught completely in English, but there are also French lessons to help you integrate into French life. And if you have to interview someone in French, you'll be learning one lesson of French a week to help you to do that. So this is the international guide, the international student guide from last year that I'm showing you. We have, international students at the school as well as French students. So in terms of the school itself. So this picture you can see up here is the promenade in Nice. The school is really in the heart of the city, and it has existed for about 32 years now. So it's been training journalists since 1990, and a lot of the famous French journalists you see on the television or on the radio come from our School of Journalism in Nice. But we also have international journalists that have graduated from the school that work, for the BBC, for CNN, for big international networks. And so the school has professional TV studios, radio studios, so you can obviously learn to talk for the television, for the radio, and all of the teachers are professional journalists. So they are journalists that are working currently and that also come to give classes at the school. Also at the school, there's lots of professional equipment, so radio studio, like I said, but also you have access to all of the cameras, to the mobile journalism kits, iMac computers to do your editing at the school. So it's very, high tech in terms of the premises. And the master's degree, if I show you in international new media journalism, this programme allows you to become a journalist in 2 years. It's a 2-year master's programme, and you'll be trained in multimedia, so written press, radio, television, web, social media, and mobile journalism. And like I said, you don't need to have experience to start the programme. The benefits is obviously living in Nice, 300 days a year of sunshine. You're right by the sea, the beach, the mountains. It's a very beautiful location to come and study. So obviously this is from last year, so that's a mistake there, but the start date is in October 2023, and it's a 2-year programme. And in terms of the entry requirements, you have to have a C1 level, so at least a 6 in the IELTS exam in English already. We check your English level. Unless you've already studied your bachelor's degree in English, that would be enough proof. And we don't test your French level. We just recommend that you know some French before coming. And obviously you need to have a bachelor's degree, so a second class degree or equivalent, in order to study on the programme. So students at the school have their own media, so they produce TV shows for EDJ TV, for radio shows for EDJ FM, and also students write their own news articles that they can publish online and kind of create a portfolio. In terms of the course, these are some of the lessons that are taught on the course. You can find all of this information on the websites, which I'll give you a link to at the end of this talk. So the course is quite practical. We get you out a lot on the field, kind of filming and interviewing and doing things like that. And there's also theoretical lessons, so analysing international news. Obviously, it's quite interesting with students from all different countries, kind of analysing news from different countries, and how that affects, the global relations. Learning about web journalism, social media, radio, all of those different things. Obviously, you have a French lesson once a week, and also you'll be taught things such as geopolitics, learning about journalistic law, journalistic ethics, and so it's a very internationally orientated course that has a mix of practical skills and theoretical skills. So if you're interested in applying for the programme, you have to send an email with these documents. So a proof of your bachelor degree, a copy of your ID, a CV, and also your proof of English level, and a cover letter. So the cover letter should just talk about why you want to study journalism at the school. If it gets accepted, your application, you'll then be invited for an interview, and that will be over Zoom. So you'll be invited to an interview where we'll assess your level of motivation, your oral expression, as well as your knowledge of, the news and your general culture. Once you are accepted, if you're accepted, you get your response within 3 days. So it's quite quick. And that means that you can obviously then apply for your visa, and we help you with that to get over to Nice in time for October. So obviously, in terms of arriving in Nice, we make sure that you understand the financial and the budget for how much it costs to live here, and help you with any official documents you might need. And give you all the information on any insurance you might need or banking. We try and help our international students as much as possible to make their move as easy as possible. So Nice, in terms of living here, the campus, like I said, is right in the city, very close to Monaco, to Cannes, and that's great for a journalist because you can cover events such as the Monaco Formula One, the Grand Prix. You can cover the Cannes Film Festival. We get you press passes to kind of cover those events, and also it's a very lively city that has a lot of international students, and so obviously that's very useful when you're trying to integrate into a new country. And obviously the French Riviera is very close to Italy. It's very close to Monaco, the mountains. So it's great to kind of have those easy links to just hop on the train and get to those places and kind of write your articles about those places. In terms of accommodation, we offer advice to get you accommodation. So in terms of private flats or flat shares, there are some student residences around the school that you can apply for. We also have a partnership with a hostel, which a lot of people decide to kind of stay in a hostel for a few weeks whilst they're deciding on where they would like to live long term, or whether they'd like to live with other students. So that gives them the chance to do that. And in terms of transport around the city, it's very easy to get around. It's very cheap. We have a bus and a tramway, which means, if you're living a bit further out from the campus, it's very easy to get around. Even from the airport to the school, it's €1.50, and it's a direct tram, so it's very easy. And so that is really everything. We do offer French summer courses. Some people like to improve their French before coming and starting on the programme. So if you want to come to Nice a little bit earlier and start practicing your French, we do also offer French summer courses. But what I will do is go straight back up to the top, and here on this page you can see this is the website, so www.ecoledejournalisme.com. If you look on the website, we have loads of information about the school and the programme. And if you need to contact me about the programme, you can contact me on international@ecoledejournalisme.com. So you could take a photo of that and ask me any questions that you might have. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Zoe. So we have a couple of questions from the students. So for the language proficiency, they probably will need an English language proficiency certificate.
Yes.
And what is acceptable? A TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo?
We accept the TOEFL or the IELTS. So the IELTS level needs to be at least a 6 in all aspects, but we recommend 6.5 is better because it's quite, the program is all in English. If you've studied a bachelor degree already in English, then we will accept that as proof.
Okay, great. And what are the accommodation options for students?
So there are student residences close to the school. There are 2 student residences that you can find on the website. Or also a lot of students decide to apply for private flats and student house shares. And we have links to the website on that. So we do offer students guidance and advice, but it's down to students to find their accommodation.
Okay, great. And how's life for international students in France or in Nice specifically?
Really great. There's a lot of international students. Like I said, there's a lot of universities and private schools in Nice, and so it's a very multicultural city anyway. It's a very touristic city. We have a lot of tourists and international citizens living in the country, in the city, sorry. And so I'd say international students fit in quite well, and the fact that you can get by with English everywhere you go is obviously a help as well.
Okay, great. So, I mean, obviously, if you're going somewhere, you should definitely learn the local language to a certain extent, but it's also good to know that people can also get around in the beginning.
Exactly. And obviously we offer French courses on the program as well that's included. So you learn French throughout the 2 years as well.
Mm-hmm. And do students need to have relevant education experience to apply to the programs, or is any background okay?
Any background's okay, because we obviously just ask that journalism students are curious and that they have a good general knowledge. So there are lots of different backgrounds that can apply well to this course. Obviously, it's always beneficial if students have some form of journalistic experience, or that they manage to gain that before starting the course, but it's not an obligation.
Okay, great. And then during the program, are there any internships that the students get to do or can apply for, or any work experience that they can gain through this?
Yeah, so students have quite a long summer in order to gain work experience, and we help students to find internships in journalism. So we have on the website, you'll see this as well, we have lots of partnerships with medias in France and also internationally. So for example, 2 of my students are going to Brussels this summer to work for the Brussels Times and do a newspaper journalism internship there this summer. So we help students do their CVs, their cover letters, and apply for internships.
Okay, that sounds great. Okay, so thank you so much for joining today and for your presentation. I'm sure anyone that's interested in journalism will definitely go check it out. And also everyone that is watching, you can see all the contact information down below. So if you have any further questions and you need to email or check the relevant social media websites or check the university website, you can do that. So you can also leave your questions in the Q&A box down below. Thank you so much, Zoe.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone.